Lana representing the hometown there, huh?
Wait a second. Hey, I'm representing the hometown and my dad who played for the Phillies.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me see. That's great.
It is a fan gift, and that was my dad's number.
Aww.
Okay, that's about me.
That was from a fan?
Yeah, this
Oh my
is a
gosh.
fan gift.
That's so nice.
Yeah, we have the best fans.
How about these fans? They're all here right now. Any fun fan stories from the weekend so far here in Philadelphia? Anyone's kind of stick out, or just any sort of general vibe or energy that you've been feeling this weekend so far?
So far, so good. I've got some nice gifts, and I love getting presents.
It's just a nice vibe. Everyone's been super chill. It's like,
Yeah,
it's good.
Nice.
Yeah, we love it here.
Easy flow here. It's pretty cool.
I told them to hold their gifts for the stage and just bring them to you personally at your booths.
Just lay them out in front of us.
Yeah. We're gonna do it sort of king and queen style. They'll be presenting you in order to ask a question.
Memories.
They have to give you. Oh. Well, thank you both for all three of you for being here. We're very excited to have you here. Sad that the show is over, but it couldn't have gone out on a higher note. Tell us a little bit about just ending just recently, I guess, right? In May was probably like the finale. Tell us a little bit about sort of the send off and how it was and the feelings and everything shooting that finale and then actually maybe seeing it air.
Hi.
Howdy.
Oh my God, it was very emotional.
Yeah.
Extremely emotional. I was so lucky and fortunate to be able to direct Rebecca's last big episode, and that we didn't know at that time. In fact, at the end of filming that episode is when I got the call.
Oh God, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, what do you mean it's over?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we were shooting when we
we were shooting, and it was really, really emotional for all of us. But one of the last scenes that I shot with Jared, I didn't realize it was the last scene.
Yeah.
And when I did, I was like a mess, a complete mess.
I mean, the end of it, since I wasn't in most of season 7, the end of it for me was a real honor to be able to come back and film the last 3 and be with you guys and kind of. It was funny because it was like coming back to my established family. It didn't feel weird at all. It was just everybody I knew.
And everybody saw you grow up.
Yeah. Was that a change? Because I know in 7 we obviously are in a new time, and we have older Henry. Was it ever intended for you to come back as young, or was that after it was announced?
It was kind of like. It was how would I say this? It was a surprise to me, and I mean it was a wonderful surprise that I was going to come back for the last few episodes, and it was also really fun because I got to play Wish Henry, who is a very different side of Henry, so I got to explore.
Dark side.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It must feel nice to know to not get the message afterwards, right? Because so often TV shows are cut when in the middle of the storyline. So were there, how did that kind of come about in terms of the writing and in terms of getting those final episodes in, knowing that at least you had the chance to wrap it up on your own terms and on the writer and creator's terms?
I mean, I think it gave us all the opportunity to say goodbye.
Sure.
For now, often you don't see people you've worked with again. And I'm not talking about just the cast, I'm talking about the crew. There's about 300 other people that we did work with. So we all have been on shows where you haven't had the opportunity to hug someone goodbye. So it's really nice to have that closure with our crew who's been alongside us for 7 years.
And they saved some really nice scenes to be shot last. Like they saved big group scenes with mostly the original people in it. And I would bet all my money on it that they did that intentionally. So on the last night, Adam and Eddie came and we shot until about 6 o'clock in the morning on the Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we were all in the last scene together. And when each character's shots were finished, one of the executive producers, Steve Perlman, gave a little speech for everybody, and everybody cried, and there may have been whiskey, and it was a great night. It was
at least the crying happened before the whiskey.
Maybe.
Just maybe.
Colin's trailer.
Colin's trailer turned into an Irish pub. It was brilliant. Woo! Once my coverage was done, I'm like, drink!
Yeah, there were a lot of us piled in there.
It was a good night. Morning, I should say. It was morning.
Awesome.
Good
well,
days.
we've got a lot of people in line, so let's get to our fan questions here. We'll try to get through as many as possible. Let's start right over here. I know you're waiting for a while.
Hi.
Hi.
Are there certain character traits that intrigue you the most as an actor, or any specific aspects of a character that you want to explore?
Any character traits that you'd like to play?
I'm just the dork that loves playing evil people, so if I can be a bad guy, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm ready to play someone delightful. I mean, I'm always awful. I'm always horrible. It's like in life, I'm a delight in real life. I'm lovely, I'm humble. I'm all, the important qualities. But then every time I get a role, I'm always oh no, here comes the big ginger lady. Hurts my feelings. So, because I am nice, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah. So I'd like to explore a person that's really kind and maybe has less psychological issues, just to mix it up. But I have to say, playing someone dark and twisted is really fun, though.
I mean, I feel like a lot of actors want to play characters that have massive psychological issues or addictions.
Yeah.
It's just fun to play someone like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, but I would also love to do like a biopic.
Ooh.
I'd like to do something that maybe portrays a real person and tell that story. And something that's physical. So either dancing or fighting or some sort of sport. Because I like to move the body.
You could be like a ninja warrior.
That's a dream.
That'd be
You know
sexy.
that. Everyone knows it. Well, not everyone, but they know about my ninja warrior dreams.
She's got some sick moves.
Yeah.
Maybe a biopic of a famous ninja warrior.
I mean,
kind of
let's write it.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm from Pittsburgh. I'll make this quick, but around the time there was the Evil Queen and Regina, I found out I was getting a divorce, and then later after that, I found out I was diagnosed with MS. So watching the Evil Queen and Regina, that just made it so much better with all the tears and sadness. It just made it livable, But okay, question. So we know that, Rebecca's color of smoke is green because of the Wicked Queen.
I know. We're with you. We're with you.
Wicked
We do
Witch,
the
but
same thing.
did you get to pick purple for Regina's color of smoke, or did they
I got
decide
to pick purple on my nails, but no, I didn't get to pick that. That's something that they did. Well, at first, because I remember it was the green smoke that washed over Storybrooke when Magic came before the second season, at the end of the first season. And so it was green. I remember having this conversation with Adam and Eddie. I'm like, so if that's green, is that my magic? And they're like, no, it's just the magic. I'm like, okay. But then what color is my magic? I don't know, they just went with purple probably because it's a royal color.
Yeah, it probably harkens back to, because it ultimately became very much about the Disney versions of the characters, right? Or, the iconic film versions that we know and that we've seen. So the Wicked Witch being green, and then I know the Queen does have a very, sort of purple, and I think sort of regal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi. Airport hangar.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
All this metal. Mess it up.
Yeah.
So we all love you. We appreciate you guys sharing your magic with us. You've touched so many of us. What has kept you inspired and encouraged throughout your art careers?
I don't want to take up you first. You.
In this career, the highs are really, really high and the lows are really, really low. And when things have been really bad and I haven't had money and can't afford to eat, the thing that kind of kept me inspired was my love of my job so much, and knowing that when the highs are so high, it's so worth it to get through the bad. So I would just focus on that good feeling and trusting that that good feeling would come back again, and it always has. I think that's true in life too, just focusing on the positive and trusting that you'll have that experience again.
I mean, I guess for me, when it comes to my career in the film industry and whatnot, it's really about pursuing what I'm passionate about. Like currently, I want to get into voice work and whatnot, which is something that I've always been passionate about. But I've also dealt with anxiety and depression and all that stuff. So going through that while in the industry and whatnot, and for me, it's always really been about the people I love and care about, and my friends and my family, and that's what inspires me. They're who keep me going. So, yeah.
I feel like I raised him well. I love that. I love you, Jared. What continues to inspire me? Is that the question?
Is it me?
Yes.
I knew it.
Gosh, it's similar to what Rebecca said. It's just like, this has always been a dream of mine. It's something I didn't even know I was doing at the age of 3 and performing and, doing stuff for the family, etc. I feel like it's just part of my DNA to be a performer. Like I just can't imagine life without it. So what I do is I go out, I go to museums, I watch movies, I think about what stories I want to tell. Like I try to stay inspired, even when after Once Upon a Time, after 7 years of playing one character, I definitely needed a break. And there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, am I going to continue acting? What's going on? I'm not feeling like I want to act right now. But that's okay. I think in this industry, you're going to have these ups and downs where you're like, wow, I've been on this high for 7 years. It's just been going, working 100 hours a week and studying on my weekends and studying every night. And, you come out of that and you're like, why don't I want to do this movie? I don't understand. Why am I not inspired? And I think it's just like a natural thing that happens. Like you have to, you're not always going to feel inspired and excited to go out there and do something, but kind of, let yourself ride those waves. I feel like you're asking this question because maybe it's something you're struggling with.
I am working on becoming a performer, later to become a theater teacher.
Yeah.
After a show ends, you always kind of go with what's next. So, yeah.
Or you're like, what's next at Bora Bora or, Jamaica.
That's actually here. This is my vacation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
How does it feel? You mentioned kind of needing some time to kind of come down off of it. How does it feel to be in this sort of setting now, having these characters so iconic and so have such a fan base, seeing the adulation for these characters that you portrayed, and kind of coming back to it after ending it?
It kind of keeps it alive. I mean, but I also think doing conventions keeps the love of the show alive for our characters and for you and for us and the whole fandom and family that is created in our connection to you. And also, in real life, we're all really close.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you finish a job, that's it. You don't see the crew again, and you don't see the other actors. But we're going to be in each other's lives forever. So Once Upon a Time will never die for us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Hey.
Hi. I was wondering if you guys had any memorable or crazy audition stories you could share?
Oh God.
I mean, the best audition story I have is we were doing testing for the show. It was for it's like nine years ago now, which is absolutely insane. But
Oh my God.
we were auditioning for the show, and I remember I was going in for my audition, and I sit down in the waiting room with my dad, and Lana's there.
Yeah, I'm there.
And she, and
I was looking at him going,
and she's staring me down, and she looks me in the eyes and says, "You're gonna be my son." And I won't be honest, I was terrified. I was, and then lo and behold, we're in the Sutton place in Vancouver filming the pilot. I'm getting on the elevator and I see Lana. I'm just like,
you said, "You were right." And I said, "I knew it." And by the way, I didn't even have the part.
Yeah, neither of us did.
At that time, we were both testing, and I just knew.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any other stories from you ladies? Not even once upon a time, but just throughout your acting career.
My favourite is like when I was starting and I'd walk in to start an audition and people would just be on their phone. Like, brilliant. Just, no, finish your email. I haven't been up since 5 and done my hair and makeup and took an hour to get here and learnt my lines and studied and worked really hard on it. Finish your email.
Yeah, that happens. Thick-skinned. That's what you have to be in this industry.
Yeah,
Thick-skinned.
Awesome, thank you. Hey guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Us?
Yeah.
Hi, this is my daughter Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hi.
Howdy.
Annie's adopted, so she knows that you can have more than one mom. Jared has already given the right answer to this question earlier today. What would you like to ask Regina?
Hi. May I say my son?
Will you share her son?
Hi, will I share your son?
Yes.
Only if you share my
She
moon.
has been. She has been his mom from day one. Day one, that's my son.
I will share my son if you share your moon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. I love your t-shirt.
Yeah, Henry Mills t-shirt, I like it. Have you seen yourself on a t-shirt like that before? That's like a custom one, I like that.
One of those.
Yeah,
You only just wear 2 Jareds at once. Jaredception.
You can never have enough Jareds.
Hey,
Hello. You guys are beautiful, by the way.
Stop it.
Thank you. Don't you blush?
So my name is Samantha. I have a quick question for Lana. It is, do you feel like Regina got everything that she wanted by the end of the show?
No, I think. I'm sorry. No.
Sorry, that was it.
No, wait, it's my family sitting next to me. No, I mean, like, that's not what I meant was, one thing I would have loved to see is the Evil Queen and Regina merge again.
Yeah.
Because that's fully accepting yourself, as, dark and light and accepting both sides. I would have liked to have seen that. However, I feel like Regina's journey isn't over, and she's going to continue on, and her story continues on in some other realm or world or time with her family. And I think she did feel very complete with everyone in her life, and that she's made amends with everyone that she has hurt. She's has an incredible relationship with her sister and her son, not to mention the other characters on the show. So I feel like she felt complete in that regard, but I feel like there's a tiny little piece inside of her that probably wished that little evil queen was, still a part of who she is.
Oh yeah, that's like the funnest part of Regina.
Yeah.
And the best.
it's interesting with the novels that are coming out. I know there's a new novel with Henry. I wonder if the story will continue. I don't know if you know anything about it, but it's exciting that now there is this extra part of the universe that's existing out there in novel form. So we'd love to see some things like this, like you're saying, could still potentially happen.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Awesome. Hey.
Hi.
Can we see some of your sick Ninja Warrior skills first?
Oh, ninja. You like?
She needs tequila first.
Okay. I may have some. But with your acting and everything else, is there a passion project that you would love to work on? Whether it is something in acting, directing, writing a book, or even like being in a play?
Are you talking to me or
all
of us?
I want to do something like the next Game of Thrones. Something really British and just run around and just chop people up. Oh my God, I do want to be the baddie all the time. I just said chop people up. I just totally contradicted myself. Maybe I've just been playing myself all along. I'm just going to call my therapist. I'll see you later.
We're having good revelations.
I mean, I would like to do a biopic.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say who yet. I'm still exploring that.
For me, personally, like I said, I've been trying to get into voice work. I recently got a chance to do a sort of passion project of mine. I recently dubbed the new Code Geass movie. So that was something I did. Super awesome. And then I'm a gamer. I love gaming, and for me, like a passion project, something I'd love to do is to voice a character in Overwatch, which is a game I'm a huge fan of. So stuff like that, voicing video game characters, dubbing anime, that sort of thing. That's stuff I love. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you, guys. Hey.
Hi, I'm Talia. My question was, who was everyone's favorite person to act with in Once Upon a Time?
Jared and Lana. It's not because they're right here.
Wait, myself.
Hey.
Oh, me.
Oh, me.
Lana and Bex.
Actually, these two right here. Sorry, everyone else that I worked with, but it's true. I mean, we are very tight.
Yeah, I mean,
we have a real relationship, the three of us.
It's one of those things where it's like everyone was so close. It was like working with your family, and it was wonderful and lovely. But like, again, I share a very close bond with these people. So I love working with them, and they've taught me a lot, and they're very important to me. So.
Yeah.
Look at it!
So nice and intimate with all these hundreds of people watching. I love it. Hi.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Lana, very serious question for you. Jared and Bex, feel free to chime in with your opinions.
We will.
So in the last episode of the show, the Good Queen became the ruler of all the realms. How do you think Regina dealt with the inevitable uprising of kingdoms such as Arendelle, Agrabah, and Camelot, who already had existing rulers? Did she just like push Queen Elsa by?
That would bring the evil queen back.
That's I was just gonna say that.
Season 9.
Yeah.
Season 8.
No, that would be
Evil
season
Queen.
8. Evil Queen comes back, merges in, and destroys all the kingdoms.
Wish Henry led an army or two. It was fun. Yeah.
They said everything I was about to say.
Yeah.
We did chime in after all.
I absolutely agree. I thought the evil queen would she would like secretly, I feel like Regina would be like the mob boss who would be like, listen, evil queen, I need you to take out a few people for me, and then like not really tell anyone until the evil queen gets blamed, but everyone expects it out of her, so they're like,
bye Arendelle.
Yeah. Let's be honest, we all want to see Elsa die. Come on.
A bit harsh.
Whoa there. Not the portrayal, just the character. Hey.
Hello.
I'm Jalen. I wanted to know if you could learn any language, what language would you learn?
Japanese.
I want to learn Spanish. Because that's actually really useful in Los Angeles. I could actually use it. Because I can speak other languages, but then if I'm not in those countries, I forget everything. Whereas Spanish, it would be useful in California, and it'd be fun to be able to speak to more people that way, you know?
Mm-hmm. I would say French or Italian. Probably Italian first and then French.
I'm taking French in high school.
Yes, good.
What are you doing at lunch? Come teach me a few things. Just became like this weird, like, Brooklyn.
That was the mob boss. That was the mob boss. The mob boss.
Hey, you know what you do later, eh?
Thanks. Hey.
I like the t-shirt.
Thank you. My question is for you, Bex. First of all, congratulations on your pregnancy.
Yay!
Huzzah.
All the best.
Huzzah.
I was just wondering if you've had any onion ring like cravings.
Oh
like
my God!
Yet.
She bought me some last night.
I know my
Oh my God. Lana landed and called me. She's like, do you want a Philly cheesesteak? I'm like, yeah. Want anything else? I'm like, surprise me. And she rocks up with onion rings, and luckily the baby didn't come out, so we're all good.
Would have been a whole different panel.
Onion rings, French fries, and,
my
chili.
God.
And
we had so such a good time filming that scene. Do you remember? We literally couldn't get through it for laughing. Like,
Oh, you mean in the car?
No, the onion ring bit. You know, where Sean's pushing the wheelchair and Regina's walking along being all serious and like, then every time we were going to the hospital room, I would just keep going like, Donita! We couldn't get through it. We were pissing ourselves.
There were a lot of scenes we couldn't get through. That's why I was like, oh, is it the car scene? She's like, no, it's the other one.
Which scene were we really annoying? I don't know, there's so many. God, we were annoying. Oh, the onion rings.
We were really loved on set.
No, but yeah, onion rings, can't get enough of them. But thankfully the dark one hasn't touched them, so whatever. I'm all right.
Hi.
Hi, I just wanted to say, so I'm getting into acting myself, and because of E3, I kind of just like started ever since I started watching Once Upon a Time. So you guys kind of inspired me to start. And sorry, I'm just like fangirling so much right now. What was your favorite line, like throughout the entire series, to say?
Heard a gasp from the audience. They have their favorites, so make sure you pick the right one.
I don't have my phone. There was something there's so many quotes I wrote down today, and of course now I'm forgetting all of them. My favorite line? I love Belay the Bitch. Such a good one. All right, I'll stick with that one, because that is definitely one of my favorites.
There's just so many, like, lines that I loved saying. Like, it's hard to pick just one, and like the answer to this is always going to change as you kind of go over and think about it more. And I don't know, I've always had, I love Henry's amusing one-liners, like about Pop-Tarts, and I remember, I think it's in season 3 when a hooker comes to New York, and I'm just like, what are you wearing, dude? I just love Henry's ridiculous lines like that.
What about
favorite? You have so many bags.
Favorite for the Wicked Witch out there?
My favorite, and I've said this 1,000 times, and I've only got 2 stories that I rotate, so I apologize, but my favorite was when I accidentally killed Balefire, and Rumpelstiltskin goes, "Yeah, didn't he tell him the price?" And I just went, oops. And when I read that script, I'm like, ooh, that's cold. I like it. I'm going to get hate tweets for that. Yeah. And I did, and it was worth it.
Worth it. Worth it.
It's worth it, you guys.
Thank you. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to know what your favorite moment from the show was.
Oh my God.
Of the show, or like us together filming the show?
Either.
Well, I can say one of my favorite moments in the show is season 1, when Regina was in the jail cell with Rumpelstiltskin, at the time Mr. Gold, and asks him what his real name is. And he pretends he doesn't know what I'm talking about, and I ask him again, and then he said Rumpelstiltskin. That is probably one of my favorite moments in the show. Because that's when we all were like, he's awake! Oh my God, what's going on? And and this fairy tale world is real, and it really just confirmed everything for us as the audience.
I don't know. For me, there's so many wonderful moments from the show itself, from the actual series. But I think one of my favorite moments, even though it was a very bittersweet moment, was that last night of filming. Everyone being together, all in Colin's trailer. We were all talking and laughing and having a good time. And
drinking.
And speeches and whatnot, and it was wonderful. And it's something that, even though, again, like I said, it's a very bittersweet thing, it's something I wouldn't change for the world, because it was a wonderful moment with my family.
Your peeps. I really enjoyed strangling you in season 3.
Oh, that was lovely. That was a lot of fun.
Hey,
we had a lot
really
of fun that day.
I remember that. It was cold.
At one point, it's like, Bex, it's a little hard.
She was looking at me, raising his neck.
I was just trying to get the scene shot, because I had a chai latte at my cast chair, and I just wanted to get, let's just shoot it! I've got a chai latte waiting, and it's getting cold.
Rebecca, you said you wanted to play someone nice, and we just keep going back to the evil.
We've established that was actually bollocks, and clearly I'm typecasting. Oh, God, help me.
Thank you. Hey.
Hi, my name is Kiara. So if you had to sum up the entire series in 5 words or less, what would it be?
Well, I mean, the best singular word is magical.
Oh, okay.
Magically wonderful, deliciously evil, wicked.
That's really hard.
Twisted tornado.
Oh. That was 6, but that was pretty good. I liked it.
I don't know.
It's hard. There's not one word to describe the show, I guess. I mean, the show itself is very magical. I mean, I guess one that you can use to encompass the theme of the show is just hope and love.
Yeah.
Those are 2 important words.
Family.
Yeah, family.
I like that. And what am I thinking? When you want like a better life. When you want a better life. Robin Hood.
I think that's the best part about the show is the layers. It's not just a superficial sort of soap opera-y, like take on these characters. You're seeing these real humans, you know what I mean, that are put in these different magical situations and then how they deal with it. And that's what's so great about the juxtaposition of like the fantasy world and the real world. Yeah. And I think that's why it's hard to describe it in 5 words because there's both sides to it,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is very hard to describe it. And I remember when we were doing Comic-Cons in San Diego and they would ask us, describe the show in 3 words. And you're like,
Yeah, it's too complex. Yeah.
It is.
Complex.
Thank you.
Complex Robin Hood.
Hey.
Excuse me, my name is Aubrey, and I wanted to know how do y'all choke?
How do you all choke?
Do you want to demonstrate on Jared?
Do you mean when we lift people up with magic?
Like when they're up on their feet?
We put the person that's being strangled is on like a box, and then the other person just goes like that, and then they add the magic in later. That person goes, they're standing on a box, and then after we filmed it, they magically make the box go away, so it looks like their feet are balancing off the ground.
Sometimes the box is green.
If we're on green screen.
For a green screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they film it a certain way, so you don't. Yeah. Vadering is what it's called.
Yeah. I like that specific tech question.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes of choking in the air.
Well, we've been asked how do you rip hearts out too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna ask that question? Oh, okay.
That would have been amusing.
Hi, I'm Kelly. First thing I was going to say is, did you and Robin Hood get back together? I wanted to know how you felt about this is for all 3 of you, about the sudden character shift on the last season. Like you were always good, bad, everybody had this different elements, and then all of a sudden you're in a bar and it was just
drive a motorcycle, which no one ever saw.
Yeah, just didn't see it coming.
I think it's really awesome for actors. You are all living with these characters that you watch on a show, but we are portraying them every single day, and we live as those characters a lot more than 1 hour or 45 minutes in an episode. So for us, portraying these characters, like as actors, you always want opportunities to show different sides, right? Because you want diversity as an actor. You want to show a range and all that you can do. So I think Ronnie's closer to me. Mm-hmm. And I remember Adam and Eddie saying, could you just be you? And I was like, yeah, well, that'd be refreshing, actually, because I haven't been me in like 6 years. So I loved it. I loved that I was out of the corsets and into,
a rocker chick.
Yeah, I like that I was in comfortable shoes for the first time.
Jeans.
And jeans? Wow, what a concept.
Radical.
Yeah, so I love it. And it may not have resonated with everyone in the ways that we all had hoped, but as the actor playing Regina, I just thought it was a breath of fresh air.
Andy did a wonderful job of playing me. But
I missed you. I missed you there.
and then and towards the end of season 7, of course, I got to come back and I got to be Wish Henry and I got to be evil, and there we go. That was wonderful for me to play because it was something new and it was a different side of the character. Yeah, it's fun to play something different from our side of it.
I liked being Kelly. I wish the whole, when I was like, a spin instructor and drinking green juices and being hippy dippy, I wish that had gone on longer. Because that character was so ridiculous. I wish I'd woken up a little bit later. But when I was awake, Kelly, aware that I was Zelina in cahoots with Regina, knowing who we really were, that was still fun for me because I got to explore the kinder, softer side of Zelina still, that had been my arc throughout seasons 1 through 6. 3 through 6. So I still got to continue that. And I think having the love of my daughter, I accidentally had with Robin, but we don't talk about that. But the love that I had with my daughter kind of brought out, my love, and the walls came down around my heart. So I got to continue that exploration of that aspect of my character. So that was fun. So you're not just like angry Zelina all the time, bitter party of one. It was cool.
And I know Jared always wanted to play evil Henry. So in season 7, he really got an opportunity to do that. And I know that was so much fun for you. And I think it was evil when you played Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to run in the blood somewhere.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
From the Evil Queen? Maybe it's supposed to run in the blood somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Well, we loved all of the iterations of all the characters over all 7 seasons, and that's why we're all here today. We're unfortunately out of time, but you can check these guys out at their booth with your questions. Ladies and gentlemen, please,
Thank you,
Wizard
everybody.
Will.